Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Getting set now over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one. Even par currently.
Steady as she goes, another par, and still even for the round. Let's take you down to the 7th hole. Nothing noteworthy here in the first round, Frank, but still plenty of golf to be played.
That's right, Rich. A little bit of a dry spell, but really not a lot of damage done.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. So short iron in hand now at the par 4 7th. Good opportunity to make a birdie. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Leaves that one about 20 feet out from the cup. Nicely played shot. For birdie. And that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one. When you consider the length of that putt, it was a good putt.
These putts keep the round together. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a 3-shotter like it is for everybody else. Second shot.
Now the approach shot here on this par 5 8th. She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. One is to hit it down that right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side.
Frank, I think that's going to the bunker.
Looks like it.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
Played that one on the commercial side, as they say in the professional game, inside 30 feet.
Yeah, 27 feet to be precise, but to make it from there, that's asking for a bit.
Perfect roll right there.
Anything other stroke.
Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're at the Career Builder Challenge, early season action. Hole number 10 as we get going on the backside. And Frank, if you're hitting it low and left or you're hitting it high and right, you can make some big numbers out. A lot of water.
Well, you certainly can, especially for those people that have to tee off from 10th, their first tee shot of the day. Somehow sneak it down the left side. 300 yards to get past all those bunkers down the right. I don't know if you want to do that with a cold start. But the further you can get down this hole, obviously that second shot becomes a little shorter, and you'd like to go in with a short club here. There's a wall, like, I don't know, like the Great Wall of China down that left side of this green.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now. This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today it's live second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Opening tee shot here at PGA West. Nice way to begin the round. Par 4 with a split fairway and, Frank, a narrow landing area.
It is narrow indeed, Rich. This hole will certainly keep you honest, not just because of the length of the hole, 450 yards, just generally moves to the left. There's a bunker down the right side that starts at about 285 yards, so you've got to be aware of that. Even the long hitters, they don't really want to hit it too far past that, just set it up there on that nice little plateau. From there on in, you can see what's in front.
This is the second shot at the par 4. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle.
To save par. Good effort and good par putt. To the second hole now, par 4, only 371 yards. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's really a layup hole here. No need to hit driver down there. The biggest bunker in the distance there is about 300 yards. You have to avoid that. Nothing wrong with hitting an iron or even a hybrid off this.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, I'm guessing as a player, this is the kind of shot you like. Early in the round, short par 4, nice look as you get set for the approach shot.
After a tough opening hole, Pete Dye gives you a chance here. Scoring club in hand, if you can get it to the right distance, even 15 feet right of this flag, very much a birdie chance.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Continues to roll it very well all day long. Frank, Pete Dye certainly gives you a variety of holes, and we see that. Granted, 3 par 4s to start, but each one with a different look.
They certainly are, Rich, and it's amazing what one good bunker will do. And the bunker I'm referring to is the one down the left side. It's about 285 yards to carry. It's the sort of bunker that keeps you honest. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left. So it really does suit a shot coming in from the right.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Great professionals, Frank. They don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
And setting up here in the rough. Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Moving to the third hole to par 4 again. This one 471 yards. First par 3 of the day. It is the 4th here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card. Second shot. Good look at the green.
Another good swing. Another good approach shot.
Nudge this one home. Finish it up. And with that par, moving into the top 15 on the leaderboard. Don't forget third round coverage coming your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Right about 200 yards to the flagstick from the tee here. Into the tall cabbage, that ball is swallowed up. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. "12 feet still to go." Locked in on the read and the speed. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard fifth hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the Bombers, too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So for the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, that's nearly doable. But if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put 2 little bunkers in.
Second from an excellent lie. That shot does finish up on the green, but it sets up for a very difficult putt. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. That's a nice lag putt. Frank, what would you focus on a long putt?
That 3-foot circle, obviously you allow yourself a little bit more the further and further away you get, but just expectations, lower them a little bit. There's certain distances, just take 2. Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par.
Could use this one. This is for par. Well, not in contention, but in for par. What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
It's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good roll, solid. That's a par. Frank, this is like a big water park here at PGA West. We saw it at the 6th, and here again at the 7th, a challenging par 4, 346 yards.
I've never, ever seen anyone try and drive this green. So it's just a layup. You see the bunker down there in the distance. That really is the stop sign. So something that's short of that, but really what I prefer is try and lay up on a nice number. Something that you got a full shot in, whether that be a 9-iron or an 8-iron or a wedge. You'd like to have a full club in here. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact.
That's a tough lie to come out of. Not surprising it's come up short.
Well short right there, but still in the game for a par. Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good putt. Final round coverage comes your way tomorrow for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying thanks for being with us on EA Sports, and so long for now. EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Today, it's the final round of the Career Builder Challenge.
Well, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough, and it is not looking like a good lie. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that. And keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
Not her best effort, walks away with a bogey. Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
Frank, this one is right and is wrong. 80 yards to the flagstick. TPC Stadium, of course, has played host to the Skins Game, PGA Club Professional Championship, the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf on the Champions Tour. I always enjoyed that. And along with the Jack Nicklaus Tournament course right next door, the finals of the PGA Tour qualifying school for a number of years. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Pretty good shot right there. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
in an embarrassing game.
Well, Frank, we are turning home. It says so on the scorecard here at 15.
It is, and once again, another example of great bunkering by Pete Dye. Bunkers on a lot of golf courses are just simply left and right, but what Pete Dye does, he lets them cut in, especially that one down the left side of the fairway it cuts in, so it has to be avoided, and it's going to be about 280 yards to take it completely out of play. That's probably the best line, is to get it just past that last bunker on the left side.
Now the approach here at 15.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contact. So you have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
Frank, this could be an exciting and pivotal point in the round, the par 5 16th.
Especially if the player decides to have a go here. If you're going to take it on a direct line, then you've got to carry all of that bunker complex. Then the other thing to realise, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just in the bunker, right? It's worth a go. Either that, hit it down the right side. There's no way you're going to reach this par 5 and 2.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Headed for the bunker? Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Digs into the bunker, getting set to play the third shot. Bit surprising, misses the green in regulation here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course. So now just trying to avoid 6.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw. Just too much juicy grass between the ball and the club face. It's always going to come up short out of that sort of light.
That's a bit offline in the rough. And that one into the bunker.
Again, I don't know how much sand those shoes are going to hold, but we're going to find out.
Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. Well, once you hit double to par, it's time to just pick up and move on. Well, let's see, Frank. The par 3 17th, just 168 yards.
Hazard?
Maybe wet. Frank, you've just hit one in the water. You don't want to compound the mistake. What's the mindset here?
This one right here, you've got to forget that big blue oasis in front of you.
So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop. This now the third shot. Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going.
She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just a couple of feet. Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the three bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You're allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Shouldn't be a problem here. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
That'll put a wrap on our final round coverage for all of us at EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Getting set to go at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. We're located along the St. Johns River in the great state of Florida. Now over to the sixth hole. Frank, when you get out of the gates, as our featured golfer has done, with a lot of pars, steady play, what's the mindset?
You've got to keep doing that, Rich. Just maybe get a little closer to the hole, drive a little bit better, work on the pace of the putting. Just little gains, and then all of a sudden you're going to notice a big difference in the scorecard.
Presented by in association with the PGA Tour. It is just an ideal day for golf. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're getting set for all the action this afternoon at Wetlands Golf and Country Club in Florida. And this is certainly a challenge, Frank.
It is. We really should rename it Drylands because that's the way you want to play this golf course. If you're not dry, then you are going to be wet. That swampland is just all the way around this golf course. In between it, though, is fairway. So fairway, the goal all day today.
And as always, with the state of Florida, you have to factor in the changing winds. She had a good shot off the tee, and now she has all sorts of options available. Let's see what she does here. Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. Frank, why are great rivalries so important? Why do we love them?
I think because people like to sit on one side of the fence. You're either for or against a great player. And I think we see that today with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. There's the McIlroy fans that think his future is so bright. There's the Woods fans that still want him to pass Jack Nicklaus's record. That's the beauty. You've got to have an opinion, and you have to have a player. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
And so just getting started, even par so far. Strong par 5 to start, followed by a good par 3. The second hole is 225 yards.
Two bunkers, Rich, when you look at this par 3. In between is a nice corridor. And that's really the line that you want to be looking at going at this par 3. Just thread the gap, and you should safely find the green.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Solid play, heart of the green. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Still even par for the day. The third hole here at the Wetlands is a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, it appears to be a pretty straightforward tee shot.
It is, and actually, Rich, when I was watching the web.com event here, this is where I saw those young, talented players really take advantage of a hole like this. Just ramrod straight. They teed it up and just ripped it down there, and these are the sort of holes they can often make 3 on. Bunkers sort of short, left and right. Plenty of green to work with. A nice high-flying second shot will be well rewarded here.
And on the fairway here at the third. Second shot. Good look at the green. That will be a great look at birdie. Eight-foot putt here. Well, maybe next time.
Even par currently.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. What a hole this is, Frank. Par 3-4, 250 yards, and we're teeing off right in front of the swamp there.
You might see the odd alligator pop its head up. When you look at this, if you want to be clever, you can sort of hit a little cut in here, Rich, and then it'll work with that C-shaped green. It'll keep the tee shot away from the bunker that protects the middle. And you never know, it might just sneak in a birdie.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one. Second shot.
Has the putt, and now at -1. Now to the fifth hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, 635 yards. A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters don't really worry about the swampland on the left because it really only cuts in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try and reach this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, 2 good shots, set up a wedge shot. Longer hitters, are you straight enough to hit it into the narrowest part of the fairway?
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could compound very, very quickly. So now's the chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Well, we'll never know if that had gone in because it never made it.
Just a shade over par, +1. On to the par 4 sixth here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway. And that might be worth considering for the short hitters. To try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands, 276 yards. And of course, the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes.
She really hit that tee ball nicely. It is in perfect position, and now she'll have a chance to capitalize. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Headed to the right, just a tad.
Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
This is a 23-foot putt. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. For the par. One over for the day. Frank, now we get a crack at another par 5. The seventh is 592 yards.
And certainly reachable, especially with a tee shot that follows the shape of this fairway, which is slightly to the left. Good tee shot, you can get home. And those bunkers, if anything, are nicely placed on that left side of the green, actually to protect a shot that goes too far or too left.
Third shot, looking for a good one. That is classy.
Well, they had a chance of going in.
Back to par for the round. On to the eighth. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So tricky little par 3.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. What a putt. Just missed, Frank.
That's cruel.
So just a formality here. Did the job right there. The ninth hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course, just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example, good tee shot. Perhaps think of going for the par 5 and 2, but a great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it in 2.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Chance to get it close here. Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world, and you don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra attention to detail, the better strike, the better swing, is certainly going to pay dividends.
Oh, and it's good. What an amazing putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
Second shot from 120. That one is in the bunker. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. And getting ready for the putt. So with that, 1 over par. Moving on to the par 4 11th, just a little bit more than 440 yards. Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Now playing the second here at the par 4.
And this one just seems to be moving a little left in the air.
Not too bad. Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Setting up for an approach shot. There are a number of really good and important grow the game initiatives out there. One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hands, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. It is about responsibility, values like that. And this game is just so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people. Good lie in the fairway, a good chance to make something happen here. Far left of the flagstick here. This is a cross-country special. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Back-to-back birdies, we'll see. Ooh, so close. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. It's 450. It's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of the green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
Frank, about 150 yards to that whole location. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
It's at sneaky distance.
Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
I've played before.
14th hole here at the Wetlands. A dangerous par 3 comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. It really has it going now. Consecutive birdies. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, it's 590 yards.
Which is really a tempting yardage. A good tee shot, perhaps think of reaching the par 5 and 2. But this green well protected by 3 bunkers, 2 on the left side and 1 short right. But hey, fortune favours the brave. At least that's what I was told.
Wow, Frank, look at that one run, how it just blistered that tee shot.
Well, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Headed for the bunker. Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. Getting ready now for this next shot in the bunker. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Do that, Frank. What a putt.
I don't go that far on a holiday.
Moving to the 16th hole here at the Wetlands, 455-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also a good strike's required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface. Yeah, it's fine.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green. Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
From that distance, it's more than good.
Frank, you think she can make another birdie here?
Oh, I think so, Rich. These are the moments you dream for. Got a string of them so far. One more keeps the run going.
She has this for par. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green. In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. We got away with one right there. Just missed that bunker.
Yeah, that looked like it was sand the whole way.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight.
Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
Settles in over the putt. That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. Now at -2 for the day. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. If you hit your 3-wood 250, 260 yards, do the maths, it's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15 feet. Finish with a birdie.
But if you stray, then what?
Oh, no, we don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. So a good performance today, 71. Frank, that was a great day of golf. My only question now is, how are we getting back? How are we getting home from here? Super day of